Hello again, fellow collectors. If you look into the history of my videos, you'll notice that very often there's going to be some K cars. K cars are Japanese cars. They're a special size of car in Japan where they're really minuscule, really small, underpowered. But for tight city roads and for tax breaks, they're quite popular over there in Japan. So I just like them because they look goofy. And so these came up online, and I've never bought or tried this Dydo brand. Very often they're listed as Kyosho as well, so I'm wondering if Kyosho made these for Dydo. So I ordered a few of these. Obviously we're going to look into this car, the Subaru 360 today, but later on I'm also going to do a video here on this 1600 GT and also the Celica GT. So those will come later. And we'll see after this video if I'm going to order any more, if the quality's good. So since this is new to me, let's take a look at the packaging a little more. I was looking for a date. I don't know when these were made. I don't see any sort of date. Please leave a comment if you can read Japanese and see something. But it looks old. I mean, it definitely looks old just in the way this thing was packaged out. But yeah, no, I don't see any sort of date. But some statistics I can kind of figure out. It's a 360cc engine. It's a rear, it says RR there, rear engined, rear wheel drive. And this engine is also a two-stroke. It's air cooled. And it makes between 16 to 25 horsepower depending on, I guess, what year it was. It had a top speed of around 60 miles per hour. But it took 37 seconds to reach 0 to 60. So 0 to 60 in 37 seconds. Again, not very fast cars. But it got decent mileage. It got like 25 to 35 miles per gallon. And let's see, some other statistics. This was actually imported to America. This is kind of before my time. But a gentleman named Malcolm Bricklin, who later on made his own cars, he imported 10,000 of these to the U.S., and he called them, or he advertised the car as cheap and ugly, which could be true. But the weight of the car was under 1,000 pounds, so the safety regulations at the time didn't consider it a car, so it didn't have to actually go through the same safety standards. But in 1969, Consumer Reports, they rated it as not acceptable, because when they crash tested it, the bumper ended up inside the passenger compartment. So this is pretty much a death machine if you ever get into an accident in one of these things. It's no different than a golf cart. Okay, so the reason why this is called a Subaru 360 is because of the engine size. And let's take a look at the base here. I don't see anything saying Kyosho. Just says limited edition 2003, 2004, so well, at least we know when this model was made or originally casted. Dydo, and then 1/64 scale, Subaru 360, made in China. Okay, so I do think it's just a Dydo branded product made by Dydo. Alright, I do see similarities though with Kyosho's, because just the way it's assembled, I have to take this interior off and just pop in the wheels here. And, pop the interior back on. Right. Throw that into the casting here. Looks pretty nice. Okay. Make sure that's all tight. And these screws are different from Kyosho's though. These are those chamfered screws. Kyosho's have flat bottom screws. Okay, come on. I know TLV makes this model, and I'm quite positive it's much better than this, but it's also much more expensive. And I don't know. We'll see. If the quality of this isn't good, maybe I'll get the TLV later and compare the two. But I went with the cheaper option this time around. So let me get some better light angle. You'll see the camera's a little better at this angle as far as picking up the details. So, let's see, we got some silver painted here, and the wheels, they look like hubcaps, so not much detail. Obviously, it rolls, because you just saw me put the axles in. These are suicide doors, by the way, so the hinges are on the back, and they'll open up in a suicidal fashion. A little silver thing here, that must be the door handle to pull it forward, right? Pull it out. There's a little silver trim painted on the glass here, and then silver trim painted on the casting here. There's a little bit of silver here for this vent. And then on the back we got some red paint for the taillights. And some ribbing here for the engine cover vent. Unfortunately it's not black. It would be nice to have a little black in there. And then we have a fake license plate, Dydo kit, or something like that. Better than nothing. Separate plastic bumper. Or, well, it's not. It's just silver paint on this plastic bottom. It's very, very effective, though, because you can see like a seam. Alright. Oh, boy. There we go. So, yeah, paint rash, paint bubbling. Okay, so that's pretty horrible. Alright, let's continue on. Plastic insulated lights are nice. Orange paint for the turn signals. A little ribbing here for the vent. And the old Subaru logo. Relatively decent panel lines. I guess they're a little big. Yeah, those are big panel lines actually. The roof isn't so bad, only a tiny something there. But there's black paint up there. And yeah, I like the fact that it has open windows, so if you wanted to see the interior, you could. But yeah, so quality wise, that's an issue. So, luckily I didn't pay too much for this. And also you'll notice, oh, never mind, maybe the front wheel is okay. I thought it's very forward right there, but when I do that, I guess I could sand out the hole the axle's going through and sand it back. But this I can't really do much about, other than stripping it down and repainting the whole thing. But I can't really repaint this myself. This is a tampo print. Those fine lines, I can't do that. So if I repainted everything, I could simulate all the other stuff, but I'll never get that back. Well, it is. Maybe I'll try it. It might be another project. I'm taking on some of these cars as projects. Gives me something to do. And this isn't a really expensive model, so if I totally destroy it, they'll give me an excuse to go try the TLV, I guess. Alright then, let's see if there's any other information on this. This was the basis for the sandbar truck, and I know that TLV makes a sandbar, so you might have seen that in the diecast world. Okay, this is also considered Japan's first two-door hardtop coupe. It is a unibody construction, a monocoque, and this roof panel is fiberglass, which might explain why it's painted black here, because it's literally a different material on the real car. Okay, so in fact, we can maybe let it go for a spin here, and I'll angle up the picture, and you can kind of decide for yourself if you think this model looks like the photo there in the back. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, I guess. It would have been nice to have black in the rear vent there, but if it didn't have paint rash, I think it would actually be a really good model. But we'll have to see in the other videos with the Celica and the 1600 GT if those have paint rash as well. But I'll save those for another day because it's already been 8 minutes. Okay guys, catch you later.